The per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, known as PFAS, coating your favorite waterproof jacket aren't just repelling water, they're silently accumulating in your bloodstream, molecule by stubborn molecule. These artificial compounds, heralded for their exceptional resistance to water, oil, and stains, represent a hidden chemical burden you likely invited into your home without a second thought. This isn't just about staying dry. It's about a persistent, pervasive chemical family that has infiltrated your daily life, engineered to last far longer than any garment it adorns. By the end of this investigation, you will understand precisely how these engineered compounds, these so-called forever chemicals, migrate from the fibers of your rain gear, your outdoor equipment, and even your children's raincoats, moving through the air you breathe and the water you wash them in, directly into your biological systems. You will learn why the very promise of perfect dryness and stain resistance comes with a hidden, accumulating cost to your health and the environment that persists for generations, quietly reshaping your internal chemistry. Imagine a molecular shield so utterly impenetrable that water beads off its surface like mercury, and oil stains simply refuse to adhere. This is the seductive power of PFAS chemistry. Manufacturers weave these fluorine-carbon bonds into fabrics to create an invisible armor, transforming ordinary textiles into high-performance, weather-defying gear. The secret lies in the incredible strength of the carbon-fluorine bond, one of the strongest in organic chemistry. This bond makes these molecules virtually indestructible, resisting heat, light, and microbial degradation. When you pull on that waterproof jacket, you're not just wearing a protective layer of fabric, you're enveloping yourself in a matrix infused with these hyperstable chemical chains. The convenience is undeniable, but the underlying mechanism of action means these substances don't just stay put, they leach. With every flex of the fabric, with every abrasion, and especially with every wash, microscopic fragments containing these chemicals break free. They aerosolize into the air around you, they settle as dust in your home, and they rinse down your drains, beginning a journey through wastewater treatment plants, which are largely incapable of breaking them down. Ultimately, they cycle back into our ecosystems, contaminating soil, water, and even the air we breathe. This process isn't theoretical. Research by Scheringer and colleagues in 2011, published in Environmental Science and Technology, meticulously detailed the environmental release and persistence of PFAS from consumer products, highlighting how their unique chemical structure ensures their widespread distribution and longevity in the natural world. Most people never connect that feeling of effortless water repellency with a slow, invisible invasion. Yet this is exactly what happens. The very act of living with these products creates a constant, low-level exposure pathway that accumulates over time, often without any immediate perceptible sensation. Do you ever truly read the fine print on what keeps you dry? This is where the story shifts from ingenious chemistry to undeniable health consequence. The problem is far deeper than just staying dry. Once these PFAS molecules enter your body, whether through skin contact with treated fabrics, inhalation of airborne particles, or ingesting contaminated water and food, they are incredibly difficult for your system to expel. Unlike most chemicals, which your liver and kidneys can process and eliminate, PFAS stubbornly resist breakdown. They accumulate, they become part of you. Think of your body as a carefully balanced ecosystem, with hormones acting as messengers, regulating everything from metabolism to reproduction. PFAS are known endocrine disruptors, meaning they can interfere with this delicate hormonal balance. They mimic or block natural hormones, sending confusing signals that can have profound systemic effects. For instance, studies have consistently linked PFAS exposure to elevated cholesterol levels. What changes in the body when these substances accumulate? Your immune system, your body's frontline defense, can become compromised. One significant investigation, a meta-analysis by Wen et al. In 2019, published in Environmental International, reviewed multiple human studies and found a clear association between higher levels of various PFAS in the blood and reduced antibody responses to vaccines in both children and adults. Imagine your body's ability to fight off illness being quietly undermined, not by a virus, but by the very fabric of your outdoor gear. They call it a performance enhancer, we call it a cellular disruptor. The industry, for decades, championed these chemicals for their unparalleled performance, often arguing that exposure levels from consumer products were negligible or that alternative chemicals were still being developed. Regulatory agencies, meanwhile, have struggled to keep pace, often addressing individual PFAS compounds rather than the entire class of thousands of substances, leading to a slow, incremental approach that leaves significant gaps. This regulatory loophole allows brands to continue using less studied, newer generation PFAS that are structurally similar to those already phased out, perpetuating the cycle of exposure. The gap between documented science and widespread disclosure is vast, leaving consumers largely in the dark about the persistent, pervasive nature of these chemical guests in their bodies. Think about that for a moment. Decades of evidence, yet it persists. The personal relevance here is immense. You believed you were investing in protection, but you were inadvertently exposing yourself and your loved ones to compounds linked to kidney cancer, testicular cancer, liver dysfunction, thyroid disease, and developmental issues. These are not trivial risks. These are fundamental shifts in your body's ability to maintain its own health. Now, what can you actually do to regain control over this hidden chemical exposure, starting today? Firstly, when purchasing new waterproof clothing or gear, actively seek out products labeled PFC-free or PFAS-free. Many responsible brands are now developing and using alternative water-repellent treatments based on materials like silicone, polyurethane, or wax. These options offer effective protection without relying on persistent fluorochemicals. Read product descriptions carefully, as the term DWR, durable water repellent, can sometimes still signify PFAS treatment unless explicitly stated otherwise, especially avoiding older C8 or C6 chemistries. Secondly, reconsider your washing habits for existing waterproof items. Washing waterproof gear less frequently and using cold water on a gentle cycle can significantly reduce the release of microplastics and chemicals from the fabric. Harsh detergents and high heat can degrade the DWR coating more rapidly, potentially accelerating the release of any embedded PFAS. Opt for specialty cleaning products designed for technical outerwear, many of which are formulated to be free of harmful chemicals and gentle on fabric treatments. And finally, evaluate alternatives for specific uses. For everyday rain protection, consider opting for materials like waxed cotton, oilcloth, or polyurethane laminated (PUL) fabrics, which offer robust water resistance through different non-fluorinated mechanisms. For children's rainwear, prioritize choices made from natural rubbers or recycled materials certified free from PFAS, ensuring their direct contact with these chemicals is minimized during critical developmental stages. These 3 changes, implemented consciously, can dramatically reduce your personal exposure. From this moment forward, every waterproof tag or stain-resistant advertisement will no longer represent unquestioning convenience, but instead a silent question mark over its true cost to your body and your planet. You now possess the insight to see beyond the glossy marketing, understanding that the pursuit of perfect repellency has often come at the expense of your long-term well-being. This knowledge transforms your perspective, making you an informed investigator in your own home, critically assessing what you bring into your life and onto your skin. We have just pulled back the curtain on the silent invasion of PFAS from your waterproof clothes. This is just one thread in the vast, intricate tapestry of chemical exposure woven into our daily lives. There are countless other hidden compounds, tucked away in products you touch every single day, in environments you trust implicitly. Join us again as we continue to shine a light on what industry hoped would remain buried, revealing the truth about substances that silently redefine the safety of your most familiar routines.